Monday. Had to go out and do a half-day update training for my construction teaching. On the way back towards work, I stopped at Bunnings to buy a whole stack of the cafe blinds and some planter blocks to act as dividers and things. So I've just done that. There's other stuff I've got to get, but I was running short on time. I need to get back to work to collect my bag and everything before the cleaners lock up for the day. Tuesday, the construction class got that pallet wall set up, alternating directions, so that's come out nice. I ended up buying cafe blinds yesterday, and we got 2 of them installed. Still got to do all the proper fittings down the bottom, but 2 are up to check that the sizes are right. I've got the other ones sort of laid out where they need to be. Got the deadlock onto the cafe door, so that's now locked, which means we'll probably remove this gate tomorrow. I also got a few of these little garden bed things. Bought some wheels and casters to put onto them so that they can be moved around as the dividers in between the tables. Got 4 of those at the moment. Wanted more, but they only had 4 at the store. Year 11 got the garden beds built. This is basically just a rough idea of where they might go. It's right next to the construction space and our trade school. So this is where we're going to set up our little veggie and herb gardens for the kitchen. So I just came down to Bunnings this afternoon with a couple of staff so they could pick out the plants, because I didn't want to do that. But the van is filled up. A lot of plants and 28 bags of potting mix ready to go back to the cafe, and they can pot them up tomorrow. I've just got to unload the van so I don't have to take them all the way back to the house. These are the type of herb pots that they wanted to put onto that pallet wall. So they'll be potted up tomorrow. The plants we bought at Bunnings to basically go into all the little rolling pot plants things. Those were the blinds that I got up yesterday. Got those 2 up, those 2, one down in the corner there. So that one's hanging down so you can see how far it comes down. Those 3 there, down towards the exit gate. So they're all up. A couple of the students helped me with those today. Still got to do these 2 tomorrow, but I need to put a batten up here to bring it out because of the way the frame sticks out a little bit further than that beam. Kind of like what I did to this one. So you can see the extra batten attached in there, just so that this one here could be put along that section there. That steel gate got removed today because the door is now secure downstairs. Basically all that's left to do now is we're going to paint the door and the one downstairs. I still need to put a lock on that one. And a big clean up. I've got the class tomorrow for a double, so like a 2 to 2.5 hour session, because we've got a break in the middle and they may want to stay up here. We'll get those 2 lines up. I do want to get those school signs up on that wall, and a massive big clean up and bring out all the tables, because tomorrow afternoon is the grand opening. And I've still got to do those little bits of palette fill in. I might have to do that first thing in the morning. Packing up now. Thursday, we've just finished the grand opening of the cafe, so come on up and have a look at up our entryway. And then when you come up the main stairs, you enter the grand cafe area. Now got the name of the school in the video. Our school site goes from preschool through to year 12 on the whole site, and these two signs were the original signs that used to be at the front of the school, and they pulled them down years ago, and I just sort of hung on to them and wanted to repurpose them. Pallet wall with planted herbs and edible flowers up there. Got the Western Sun on me. Yes, got that locked, so cafe is secure. You can kind of see the cafe blinds are in their down position now, so you can see what they're like, basically making this, it actually echoes now like a room. And if we look back, there's the rest of the cafe going back and then around the corner. We've got some gardenias in these little planters that should grow up and basically create a little bit of nice greenery in the area. Obviously, roof sheeting we had to spend some money on, but this has been a really long-term project. It's been something that we've been building for over 6 years. You can see more of the cafe blinds that basically enclose the area, and I wanted to make sure that I got them all tied down because now we have the actual furniture out in the area. So the very last blinds that went up were these two here that the students had to put those extra battens up. I did that one over there to test it out and got the kids to do this one, and they did such a great job with it. You come down this way, we got the extra area. Again, more blinds basically enclosing the area, and the gate that goes through to the kitchen. So this is where the students came through to serve all of the staff. And we had a very full house, which was excellent. The deputy principal actually called a work health and safety meeting because we were meant to have one, and that's where we had it. So we actually had our work health and safety meeting because I'm in the committee. The things that we had to basically spend money on in this, the very end part, was these blinds that we had to buy, the planters and the plants and the soil for that. All of this furniture we actually picked up a few years ago when a university in the north of Sydney was closing their campus down, and they were just basically getting rid of every piece of furniture throughout the whole site. It was basically being repurposed as a high school, and they just wanted to get rid of everything. And we went over there to have a look at what furniture that we could basically get. They were giving it away to Department of Education schools. And we went over there, and just as we were leaving, the hospitality staff member I had at the time and myself were walking past, and we looked in the cafeteria of the university, and they had all of this original cafe furniture from when the university opened back in the 70s. There's two styles. You can see these brown plywood chairs, these little blonde, honey blonde colour ones as well that had a matching table. So two sets of tables, some double sets, a lot of these little square cafe tables, and being able to have this, because when we first started building this cafe 6 years ago, we started collecting chairs from everywhere. Random chairs, timber chairs, and we just had such a large collection of chairs, and turned out a lot of them we would have had to have repaired, and we were going to try and build trestle tables and things like that. And then when these tables came up, it was just too good an opportunity to let pass. We were incredibly lucky that we won the majority of the cafe furniture. Another school did get some of it, but we got quite a lot. So this is where my time has been spent with kids. I'm so proud of the students and the effort that they put in to try and get this together, especially some of the hospitality students who were also in my construction class. For them, it was like an extra incentive to get this thing finished. What a lot of my Australian viewers might understand, today at about between 2 and 2:30, it felt like an episode of The Block, just waiting for that call out for tools down, because the kids are out here getting all the tables set up, getting all the faculty names on there, tablecloths, table decorations, all of that sort of stuff. And I was down the end putting that lock on at the very end. And all the staff came up and it was incredibly crowded because we basically had almost every staff member from the school up here. We couldn't be happier with the way this has turned out. The kids enjoyed putting that up. Some of them asked why we were putting the primary school one up. And we said, well, most of you went to that primary school and you just came all the way through to here. And these were the Year 12 students, and they went, yeah, you know, you're right. Like, it's that connection thing to your school. A few little bits and pieces still to do up here, little bits of painting and that sort of thing. But the main thing is that this is now a functional cafe. This is where it will be now, rather than in the kitchens. So if it's a little bit drizzly, curtains are down. If the weather's fine, like it was today, curtains are up, beautiful breeze blowing through. It's just a great atmosphere. That's the end of this shop update, the end of this cafe update. I guess if we do little bits and pieces, I'll let you know, because I'm enjoying doing these little vlogs. Thanks. All is secure.